Right now, let's go live to St. Thomas. This is where Prime Minister Trudeau is making a childcare announcement alongside several cabinet ministers.
We discussed the current situation. I reiterated Canada's support and our commitment to delivering a successful first peace summit in the coming weeks. We all need to make sure everywhere around the world that we're standing strong for Ukraine, for democracy, and for international law. Like I said, it's great to be back here in St. Thomas. It's great to be here to talk about childcare, because we really get to connect the dots on what we're doing to build strong communities. As you know, in 2011, when a major auto assembly plant closed here in St. Thomas, a lot of people lost their jobs. And the previous Conservative government basically threw up their hands and kind of shrugged. But we have been working for 8 years to bring back manufacturing jobs to Canada and build those manufacturing jobs for the future in areas where it's going to feed not just jobs, but careers in strong communities right across the country. And it's happening right here because Volkswagen has chosen St. Thomas to build their first ever overseas battery factory. On top of creating and securing good jobs for the community, well, we want to make sure workers know that we're here to support them and their families. This is why we've been investing in $10 a day childcare. The federal government, together with provinces, territories, and Indigenous governments, is doing something historic that has never been done before. We're building a Canada-wide, high-quality, affordable childcare system. Le but de notre système de garderie, c'est d'offrir des frais abordables pour les familles et des bonnes conditions de travail pour les éducatrices et les éducateurs. Et quand on investit pour bâtir plus de logements partout au pays, on tient compte des besoins en garderie dans notre planification pour que les familles aient des services là où elles vivent et travaillent.
And with services where they live.
More than 750,000 kids have already benefited from affordable childcare because of the investments we've made. Some families are saving over $14,000 per child per year because of the investments we've made. When we talk about fairness for every generation, this is what we mean. Now, we're working with provinces and territories to reach agreements to ensure that even more families have access to affordable childcare. Here in Ontario, we'll invest over $200 million in childcare infrastructure to create more spaces and greater access for Ontario families. This investment will help Ontario reach our goal of creating 86,000 new childcare spaces by 2026. En plus de ça, dans le budget, on lance un nouveau programme de prêt pour l'expansion des services de garde pour aider les fournisseurs publics et sans but lucratif de créer des nouvelles places et à rénover. I want to pause here for a second to thank educators who work so hard every day, just like the ones I'm seeing here at the Station View YMCA Child Care Centre. Your jobs are not easy, but you're there for our kids day in and day out. I want you to know that we're here for you as well. When we created a Canada-wide childcare plan, all of our agreements with provinces and territories had funding for workforce improvements, including our $10 billion agreement with Ontario. Right across the country, work is being done on wages, pensions, and retention. And we're confident that working conditions will improve for educators and staff here in Ontario as well. Si on veut créer plus de places en garderie, ça prend plus d'éducateurs. C'est pour ça qu'on investit dans la formation des éducateurs de la petite enfance. We're also offering student loan forgiveness for rural and remote early childhood educators, similar to the programs we're already offering for rural doctors and nurses. This will help attract and retain talent where it's needed most. When Conservative politicians say they'll vote against the budget, this is what they're voting against. They're voting against more $10 a day childcare spaces. They're voting against more support for educators. Affordable childcare means more parents, especially moms, don't have to choose between their family and their career. This is something that every politician should be able to get behind, but the Conservative Party continues to vote against it. Des garderies de qualité à des prix abordables, c'est pas seulement bon pour les familles, c'est aussi bon pour l'économie.
It's also good for the economy. Thanks to our investments in daycare services, women's participation in the labour market has hit record highs here in Canada.
Is that the number one priority for the government should be to do less for Canadians. Well, he's not connecting the dots. When we attract a company like Volkswagen that invests to produce EV batteries here in St. Thomas, we grow the economy and we fight climate change. When we invest in childcare, we support hardworking families and the economy. Social policy is economic policy, is climate policy. Being able to offer the best start in life to kids, like here at the Station View YMCA in St. Thomas, and being able to tell them, if you want to grow up to be an engineer at the auto plant in your community, well, there'll be a job waiting for you. This is our vision so that every generation can have a real and fair chance at success. Thank you everyone for being here today. Now I'm very happy to pass it over to the Deputy Prime Minister. Christian.
Okay, so we've been listening to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who is live in St. Thomas, making an announcement regarding childcare. $200 million will be invested in childcare infrastructure in Ontario to reach a goal of 86,000 new facilities by 2026.